My 600-pound life scenes that went way overboard. So yeah, we about to get into this video, so let's get it.
I don't resemble a human form.
Like and subscribe right now, or this spider will crawl on your face when you're sleeping.
I've never watched the show before.
TLC's show, My 600-Pound Life, premiered in 2012 for the first time, and it quickly became popular among the audience, and people started rooting up for their favorite personalities on the show, who were successful in their weight loss journeys. However, the road to success is a very long and hard one, and there are a lot of moments on the program that show that how out of control many of the patients' lives are. So, stay tuned as we count down 10 of the most
How did she fall out the car?
on the famous show. Let's begin. Number 10. By the time Holly had met Dr. Now, she weighed 658 pounds. By the end of the 5th month after Holly started working with Dr. Now, she had only lost 47 pounds, and she admitted that she was having a hard time following the diet plan and sticking to the routine. Fortunately, this was the time when things started to turn around for Holly. After 2 more months, she lost another 47 pounds and was approved for weight loss surgery. Holly's biggest support in this time was her fiancé, Ray, who did all kinds of everyday chores for her, including giving her food and taking care of her hygiene. Holly and Ray even had to move back to Holly's parents' home because Holly's fast food bill used to reach up to $100 a day. Ray would make her breakfast with extra eggs and sausages, and then they'd go out immediately after breakfast to get fast food for her second breakfast. And Holly would eat a chicken breast with gravy, 2 soft pretzel sticks with queso, and some onion rings. Number 9.
No, that's too much.
Not every patient could manage to keep up with the weight loss goal set by Dr. Now on the first
I eat one thing and I got the
most of
itis.
them realize that it is up to them how they work on themselves to change their lives. In season 7, Angela didn't think like that, and she thought that Dr. Now wanted to punish her for missing her appointment when he told her to lose more weight than the initial plan had so. When she had lost only 45 pounds in 5 months, Angela was shocked that the surgeon was not happy about the number and felt mistreated when she was pointed out that she was just making excuses when she wasn't able to shed the 50 pounds that she was supposed to shed in 1 month. Instead of accepting that it was all because of the lack of her willpower, Angela rudely attacked Dr. Now, saying that if she could lose that much weight on her own, she wouldn't really need him.
Okay. Well, if you expected me to lose 50 pounds every month for 6 months, I wouldn't need you.
It seemed like she didn't realize that it was her own journey, and she was in charge of it. And when she lost 9 pounds in the coming few weeks, making it a total of 54 pounds in 8 months, Angela was still giving the doctor attitude and making faces like a child at the one person that was trying his best to help her.
I should have never came here.
Number 8. A 44-year-old grandma, Tracy Matthews, was one of the most dramatic cases of lymphedema and cellulitis in the history of the show. In 2017, she weighed 605 pounds and was not stable enough to undergo surgery until she lost 100 pounds. The problem was that over 400 pounds was stored mainly
just slammed
in
her
her
leg
legs.
down.
Her husband Anthony would help her get out of bed daily, but also used to eat prohibited foods in front of her, making her crave for it all. One of the worst things he did was that he refused to take her to a much-needed medical checkup and said that he thinks his wife should be more self-reliant if she wanted to get better. Luckily, Tracy was very determined, and after the surgery, her lymphedema also became controllable, and her relationship with her husband also became better. Number 7. 33-year-old Maja Donovan was so big that every morning she woke up, she used to be grateful that her body didn't give up on her during the night. She was very close to being completely bedridden, so she decided to do something about her weight issues. But Maja's first trip to Houston to see Dr. Now turned out to be a pretty horrific experience, because when she got out of the plane, she was given a car that was too small for her to fit into, instead of the SUV they had booked. As she tried to get into the car, she got stuck and fell on the floor. She managed to get up, but broke into tears due to feeling humiliated and embarrassed, as her experience was even recorded on camera for everyone to see on national television.
They did that on purpose.
Because that was really hard and embarrassing.
Number 6. Janine was one of the most endearing stars of Season 6. Janine used an electric scooter to get around, as her knees were damaged due to her excessive weight. But that didn't stop her from eating junk all day long. When she started the program, she would argue with Dr. Now and even lie to him about her diet. She lost a pound after 1 week instead of 1 pound a day, as she had been told. However, one of the most interesting scenes of the episode was when Janine took her scooter to order a large meal of chicken nuggets, as she gave in to her temptation of binge eating. Fortunately, by the end of the episode, she had dropped her weight to 566 pounds. Number 5. Lashonda from Season 7 weighed 662 pounds and had been bedridden for 2.5 years when she first came to see Dr. Now in Houston. Following the appointment, this mother of 4 promised that she'd follow the diet plan religiously, but instead ended up eating junk and making a lot of excuses. When Lashonda came back 6 months after her initial appointment, she seemed to be in an even worse condition and was admitted to the hospital for a month due to some serious health issues. He then discharged her patient, giving her a weight loss goal of 100 pounds in 2 months, but she ended up losing only 3 pounds. When she returned, Doctor was really disappointed and told her that she was done with the program, but Lashonda kept begging him to give her another chance.
Wow.
The bariatric surgeon told her that she could come back if she lost 50 pounds, but she'd have to do it on her own this time. It might seem rude to some, but it was a wake-up call that Lashonda needed, and she managed to shed some weight and was accepted back into the program by Dr. Now. Number 4. A fan of the show My 600 Pound Life, Lisa was enormous when she joined the show in 2018. In one scene, Lisa was seen eating a bowl of Fruit Loops, laying in her bed while paramedics showed up at her house with a wheelchair. In another scene, Lisa was telling a story of how her mother punished her into eating an entire cake for swiping a bit of frosting. However, the most alarming scene was when her daughter discovered that literal maggots were living in the folds of her skin. But that was just the beginning. Lisa used to keep ice cream around as a reward for her boyfriend performing sexual favors, and also threatened that she would commit suicide when Dr. Now didn't take her complaints seriously and refused to follow her diet. Unfortunately for her, it all ended when Dr. Now called her manipulative and kicked her out of the program. Number 3. Stephen Asante is probably one of the first names that would cross your mind when anyone talks about the most insane moment of the show, My 600 Pound Life, as he is not only the show's most notorious patient, but also the one who took things way too far. He appeared in the show along with his brother Justin, who also needed weight loss surgery, but he was the center of attention. At 730 pounds, he was not only morbidly obese, but he was also addicted to drugs and used to manipulate doctors into giving him painkillers. His games were going on for so long that all the hospitals in the area had been notified that he had been abusing the system so that he could not get his hands on any further pain medications, and doing so would land him in jail. His rebellious attitude made it very difficult for the doctor to get him on the right track, and Dr. Now got so tired of him that he was ready to give up on him. He then got into trouble for trying to get opioids and was kicked out of the weight loss program and sent to rehab. There, Stephen ended up gaining more weight and reached over 750 pounds, but later managed to lose some, and the doctors agreed to perform the surgery. Number 2. Pauline was recorded as the world's heaviest woman in the Guinness Book of World Records in 2011, which is why she appeared in the show, weighing 678 pounds at that time. Her health was suffering due to it, but she was still ignorant about the issue and even said that Dr. Now was overreacting when he wanted to hospitalize her. She continued to be obstinate even after her weight loss surgery, repeatedly butting heads with Dr. Now. Number 1. Ashley Bratcher started her weight loss journey at the weight of 725 pounds, which meant that she needed help with almost everything in day-to-day life. Her husband Jacob was a truck driver, which meant that she was often at home alone or with their 6-year-old son Patrick, who had to take care of his mother. The poor boy had to do the family's laundry and prepare food for his mother too, and it was pretty shocking to see a small child do all the house chores by himself. Ashley was guilty about this, and giving his son his childhood back was her goal, which motivated her to shed a whole 123 pounds within the first 4 weeks of the program, which was twice as much as Dr. Now had told her to lose. However, Ashley struggled with her physical and mental health all this while, and also had to get her gallbladder removal surgery, which caused her to gain weight again. Ultimately,
Aw.
she managed to turn things around for good and dropped about 470 pounds, which is around 65% of her peak body weight. Incredible, isn't it? Thank you all for this video.
Good for her for being able to lose weight and the other ones. But that one with the maggots, that's disturbing as hell. That's disgusting. Like, I've always thought maggots would crawl on like rotting flesh, spoiled food, you know, poop, stuff like that. But like maggots crawling on like, oh my God, your skin and crevices. Oh, that is disgusting. So like, when was the last time she had a bath? If maggots is just in her, that's nasty. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. I will see you on my next reaction video.